Hello, 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 hello. Thank you so much for joining me for today's stream. I hope you're all well. I'll try and fix my lighting a little bit. It's a bit dark at the moment. It's not very nice. Hope you are having a nice morning. It is 10 a.m. on Sunday, the 17th of January. And we're doing something a little bit different today. There's been some talk online about fan fiction today. No, well, last night really. When I was going to bed, I noticed that there's been some slagging off of it. Luckily, my Twitter feed were mostly complimentary, but I thought it'd be really fun to share something different with you guys today. So, I'm going to show you something that I don't really show that many people. I've had this box since I was about 10, and you'll see why it's so special in a second. So I'm going to show you my cameras. Here we go. So next to me on my desk, this is my fan fiction box from when I was about 10 years old. And we're going to have a little look and see what's in there, because I've not really opened it for a very long time. So I'm going to imagine there's stuff there from, I would say, late 1999 till probably for like a 10-year span till about 2001, maybe. No, sorry, not a 10-year span. Like a 5-year span. So anything from 1999 to 2005. So we will see what's in there. I am excited. Please, if you're interested in anything that's in this box, do stay tuned. It is going to be a riot, I promise you. There will also be fan art in here, so you can laugh and just see where I started, because, you know, I don't think anyone really expects, like really sees the drawings that artists do from their children, so I thought it'd be really nice to do. So here we go. We're going to open this box. Hope you are all ready. So, oh my god. I mean, already. I mean, look at it. Look at that. Look at that image. What is that? That is, so that is Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn, from The Phantom Menace. I used to write them a lot when I was a kid. They were like my favourite characters. I was, again, 9 or 10. So I drew them a lot, and this is one of my drawings. It's not signed because baby Soph did not sign things. It's a bit ripped as well. That's sad. But yeah, this is Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon from The Phantom Menace. You will hear, I'm sure, some Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon stories. So we're going to get onto that in a second. I'm just going to put this safely to the side somewhere. Give me a second. I'm going to create a spot to put things I've looked at. Right. So I'm going to put you over there, my lad. Right. So this is my table of contents. I don't think all of these are in here. I think since I've moved house and stuff like that. But these were all the names of fan fictions I wrote up until I actually created a version of Obi-Wan's diary. So this is what I did when I was a kid. I'm going to look at some of these titles. I reckon we need to choose our favourite. So the first is The Troubled Past and Brighter Future. Second is Fear and Darkness. Third, Just the Beginning. 4, Families and Torture. 5, To Choose. 6, True Combat. 7, If You're Not the One. I think that's the name of a Daniel Bedingfield song. Why would I have named... I don't know. Always Two There Are, Master and Apprentice. I've got True Combat again. Whether that's a sequel or a mistake, I don't know. Torture and Torment. Renegade's Revenge, To Seize the Moment, Legendary Bond, Two Friends, Two Sith Brothers, The Ultimate Sacrifice, A Jedi's Memory, To Defy the Stars, Broken and Twisted, To Attack the Heart, Heroes or Villains, The Miracles of the Heart, The Choices of a Bounty Hunter, A Birthday to Remember, Striking Back from the Dead, The Wonders of a Supernova, The Greatest Gift and Honour. That's from Mulan, baby Soph. What are you doing? The Dark and Light. Number 29 is Thank You. Number 30 is When Dreams Come True. And then number 31 is Obi-Wan's Diary. I was obsessed, quite obviously. So, despite the fact I have this wonderful table of contents, the story that's in here says Jedi Legend 3, The Crystal Lightsaber. At some point, I must have renamed it. Obviously. What I'm also loving about this is I was very set on obviously having books or writing books because it's, you know, it's all together, like you can read it. Oh my god, there's pictures. How old is this? Oh my god. There's even a little blurb. There's even a blurb. Okay, so I will stress. What is there? I will stress that I was aware of the Jedi Apprentice series, so obviously I wanted to write my own, and I know they have blurbs on the back of those books. So probably what's happened is I've taken my Jedi Apprentice books I loved so much, and I've basically copied it. I've also spelt lightsaber wrong everywhere. It's really bad. Okay, so The Crystal Lightsaber by Sophie Loudon. That's my maiden name. I hear your master only has a few hours to live. Don't bother trying to save him, apprentice. That is no cure. When Qui-Gon gets an infection that can cost him his life, Obi-Wan dreads the result. But try as they may, they have to battle an evil, or Obi-Wan too will die. Do you think I had a problem with dramatic trauma? I don't know. I clearly watched a lot of action films, I think, when I was a kid. We will read one. I think we'll look at them first, because I think there's some... I mean, you can see how old these are just from the way the paper's crumpled. Which is pretty mad. Hang on, let's... what am I needing to do for you? 1 second. There we go. Right. Yeah, so you can see how old this is. Oh, there's even a drawing on the back! See, it's ripped and it's torn, but it's still here. Oh. I'm getting proper goosebumps. It's, I mean, I still draw hair like this when I draw. That's amazing. I think what I love about it is the care to detail. I've obviously taped this to the back as though it is like a kind of, I wanted to do art and writing. So here is doodles in the middle. I liked highlighter pen, clearly. I should try drawing it again, you know. I should definitely try drawing Star Wars stuff again. I haven't for a very long time. But bless. Look at this. Oh, so, okay. So there is somehow 3 and 4 are attached. No, that's a completely different story. Okay, Soph. And then, oh my god, look at that. Do you think maybe I really liked torture and torment and I liked putting people through things? Poor Obi-Wan, look at him. By the way, there is nothing in my past to suggest I like being beaten up or tortured or anything weird like that. I just don't know where this has come from. I obviously felt very strongly that these two had to go through some torment. Right, true combat. Fight death with life. When Yoda makes Obi-Wan fight an opponent for a lesson, Obi-Wan has a lesson to learn too. That makes no sense. Me? I think when the opponent becomes a new enemy to the Jedi, Qui-Gon finds out how important Obi-Wan is to him and how uncertain he would be if anything happened to him. I'm 10. I'm 10 when I wrote these. I'm definitely about 10. Okay. I've strangely cut these. I mean, look, I never was very good at taking care of, like, cutting things. Look. Ooh, what's this? What's this? Oh, but is that the original blurb? Oh, let's see if I can get it. Oh, that's original handwriting. Did I rate myself? Hang on, okay, I'm reading this in a second. What the hell? Okay, I'm definitely reading this because this is my handwriting. Well, this is handwriting from my childhood. Oh, okay, there we go. It's not actually, so if you're not the one. Okay, oh my god, look at that. Look at it. Okay. Right. The blurb for this one. Master, go, save yourself. And Sapphire, cried Obi-Wan, wrestling his enemy on the floor. I won't leave you, Qui-Gon said. Emotion filled his voice. Master, go, he'll kill you, Obi-Wan said. He got away from Detox, and Detox is a great name for a villain. But Detox pulled him back before the Master could do anything to help him. When Obi-Wan's true love gets captured, Qui-Gon and his Padawan go to rescue her. But when they get captured, Qui-Gon must choose for his Padawan's life or his. Rating 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Okay. Pages 25. Oh my. Gosh. Okay. Some of these drawings. Look at this drawing. Look at that drawing. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I clearly had a thing about making these two suffer from a very young age. So I'm going to look and see if there's anything really fun to actually read out that isn't just death. No, most of it is just death. Most of it is death. I love that. It looks like here Detox calls Qui-Gon Jin. Just Jin. Lots of caps here, Soph. I would die 1,000 times for you. What? What was I reading at this point? I'm trying to remember what I was actually reading apart from the Jedi Apprentice books. I mean, for someone who's about 10, 11 at most, this is actually well written, but obviously it's written on a computer, so I probably had spell check and My Padawan is innocent. Put him down. No, he is guilty. We must take him to his cell. Master! Yes. What? What am I looking at? Okay. I'm going to see if there's anything else in here that isn't just Star Wars, but this is like the first set of stuff that we had in here. I still can't get over the age of the paper. There is more Star Wars stuff in here. We're going to move on. More death, more fire this time. So, you know, that's pretty good. Again, I'll see if I can just tilt so you can see a little bit more. Gosh. The Sith brothers are still in here. Oh, so this is actually more artwork. Actually, that's just artwork that I've still got. I don't know why there's a cookie that's actually a planet. This one, there we go. The Sith brothers. Oh, we have a comic here. So this is actually, I believe, looking at this, from Darren Shan. Darren Shan was one of my favourite things growing up. I think actually looking at this, I don't know if you can just about see, I think this is a photocopy. So I've actually given this to someone and then I've been giving it back. Okay. So the Darren Shan series was one of my obsessions as I got a bit older. And it says Darren's gift. Darren! You think he's awake? What do you think? And then this character walks in. Why is there a sun lamp in my coffin? Well, it was a Christmas gift. A gift? It's a sun lamp, Darren. I guess you needed a tan. And then the guy sighs. He's gone, Darren. You alive? Yeah, I'm alive. What are you going to get him next year? Maybe a voucher for free use of a sunbed? I'm an awful human being. So the Darren Shan saga was a massive part of my childhood. Vampires and like from about 12 or 13, I found them in our secondary school library and I adored them. Really enjoyed the Darren Shan books. There'll probably be more drawings in here for that, so do not be surprised. Yeah, absolutely great stuff. I'm going to put this over here and we're going to have a look at what else there is. So this, I don't know when this was drawn. I'm going to imagine later than 2001, just because of the fact that I'm colouring it in pencil. But this is Remus and Tonks from Harry Potter, who were for a long time my favourite OTP. I like the fact she's wearing a Wiz t-shirt. I also like the anime style is really interesting. If you actually, I don't draw like this anymore. Obviously, I know my style developed, but you can still tell long necks and harsh shadows and crazy hair. It's still something I really love drawing, so that's quite funny. To this day, that's still a thing that I do. So yeah, we'll put that to one side. This is an older one, I think, because of the marker. There we go, 2001. So, Sons of Destiny. So, this is another Darren Shan related piece of artwork. Light cannot survive without darkness. Darkness is not able to thrive without light. Light, good, white, life. Dark, evil, black, death. Okay. Two opposites, two friends, two enemies, Sons of Destiny. So this is what inspired me, I suppose, after the end of the book we were waiting to come out, I think. Sons of Destiny, I think, is the name of one of the Darren Shan books, which makes sense. But yeah, but this one's actually got the date on it. Well done me. I still don't do it. I should. Well, luckily we have the internet now to record when I posted things. This is the thing I was looking for. Check this out. This is my Lord of the Rings Mary Sue. This is Tarsal Axeful, friend and ally. I'm going to imagine this came out in 2003. When I say came out, I mean created. So, let's have a gander. But before we do that, I don't know what's going on here necessarily, but this is a picture of me when I'm very little. That's what I look like when I write now. Look at that face. Look at it. Whoa. My God. My God. Don't know why that's in here. Okay. Let's have a little look at this one, shall we? Let's see if... I don't think there's going to be any illustrations in this. Would I be that crazy? No. Right, let's see what my Mary Sue... I know for a fact this character is just implanted straight into the universe. That's what I remember. I've even painted this. This is actually gold paint. I've obviously done this at my nan's house. My nan was the only one who actually had that kind of equipment. Let me just share. Alert! I found my fanfiction. Calling. Okay. With that, I'm going to have a look. I'm just going to wing this. I'm not going to try and cover up for the others. Let's read this baby. So. Chapter 1. Becoming a Royal Guard. "Tarsil!" cried a voice, and a young man with jet black hair looked up from cleaning his sword. He had a look in his dark green eyes of determination, mixed with an undenying amount of fear, that everyone held in their hearts of hearts. He stood and walked slowly to the tent. He walked inside, and there in all his glory was Éomer, son of Maemond, leader of the Rohan riders, and nephew of the king. "Tarsil," he said. Tarsil bowed his head in respect, and Éomer came forward. "How long have you been one of our I can't remember how to pronounce these. It's been so long, I can't believe I even wrote this." 6 years, sir," said Tarsil obediently. 6 short years on my birthday next week, my lord." "How old will you be?" said Éomer. Tarsil sighed at the thought of his birthday. 22, my lord." Éomer then gave Tarsil a hint of a smile, not a hint, and then it faded as quickly as it came. "Tarsil, you know my sister well, do you not?" Then it was Tarsil's smile to grin. "Yes, my lord, we were childhood friends, sir." Tarsil and Éowyn were almost the same age. She was only a year older than he was. Tarsil had always considered her beautiful and respected her in everything she did, which is why he helped her train to learn to use the sword after begging him to help her. It was because of her, he remembered, that he had wanted to become a warrior, because she had wanted to be one, and do everything he could. He had decided to do that for her in his place. Then Éomer spoke again. "Tarsil, you helped me find my cousin Theodred in the fords of Ison. Now he is lucky to live out the night. I'll be heir of my uncle's throne, since we are friends. I must tell you, Grimer Wormtongue has banished me from Rohan," he said sadly. Sorry. Tarsil's face was white. "I am summoning an army to take Grimer down. It's poisoned the king." "He has poisoned the king with words and craft. I just know it. He must be the White Wizard's tool. That is why I need your help." My help, said Tarsal, confused. What can I do? He asked. He had been one of the Rohirrim for many years, but never had Éomer pacifically, not specifically, it should be specifically, it's pacifically, asked for his help. He was ready and able for any task that Éomer gave him. I appoint you one of the royal guard. You are one of my best Rohan riders. But I want you to stay here in Edoras and watch out and care for the people, King Theoden and Éowyn, as much as you can while I am away. I leave Rohan in your charge. Tarsal, son of Arafor. Thank you, sir, said Tarsal. And then Éomer handed him the uniform of the royal guard. And Tarsal had never felt so honoured in all of his short life as one of the Rohirrim. I can't even remember how to pronounce Rohirrim. The Royal Guard was one of the biggest groups of Rohan's most elite warriors, handpicked only for their skill and their loyalty towards the king. Tarsal walked out and went to his own tent, still in awe. Éomer left that evening for the north, gathering many riders with him. As he left, Éomer turned on his horse and gave Tarsal a grin, a look of respect, and then rode off, 50 of the Edoras Rohirrim with him, leaving only Tarsal Axefall behind. Oh my god. Right. I'm going to skip some chapters. I'm going to see what... Oh, no, we can't skip this chapter. Something Gandalf turns up. Okay. I'm going to skip this little bit. I think it's just Éowyn crying. Which is sad. I love that I have corrected my own spelling later. What? Tarsal and Éowyn ran in to find the strange riders in the room. The dwarf had Grimer pinned to the floor, and practically all Grimer's henchmen were down for the count on the floor. The elf and the ranger stood there in the centre of the scrum, and in front of the king, the white-bearded man stood, who had been draped in rags a few minutes before, now in white robes, and was summoning something and pointing his staff at the king. Tarsal, you didn't know this. You walked in and he was wearing his white robes. What the hell? When Tarsal realised whom this man was, he gasped. A wizard, he whispered. No way! Read fanfiction, guys. It makes the day so much better. Éowyn ran from Tarsal's side and forward, but she was stopped the ranger when the king flew back in his seat. There was a moment of uncertainty about if the king was okay, and then Theoden looked round the room. Then, to everyone's shock, his long grey beard faded into the young beard it had been. His eyes had emotion in them again, and he looked at Éowyn, who was beside his side, happy to see that he was all right. I know your face, he said, and then, as he recognised, he smiled fondly. Éowyn! Breathe the air free again, my friend, said the wizard. Clearly, I am literally just watching the films and making notes. I don't think I'm actually going through the book for this. I mean, I had the book, but I think my memory of it is that I liked the book, but not as much as I liked the film. So, it's very funny. I'm going to see if there's any... Oh my god, I named the horse. Okay, so they're going to Helm's Deep now. Tarsal had been talking to horses. Not his horse. Not the horses. 2 horses. Just generally horses. Daggerlad, mainly, in the common tongue, since he... Okay, this sentence now makes more sense, but only just. Tarsal had been talking to horses. Daggerlad, mainly, should be a comma, in the common tongue, since before he could remember. He remembered that his friends and Éowyn had thought him mad. Nonetheless, the horse seemed to understand him, and the two, with their heroic courage and their training, made them one of the best pairs under Éomer's guidance. When Tarzan watched the wizard Gandalf and Aragorn walk into the stables, and as they talked he heard little of the conversation, only that Gandalf would return at dawn on the 5th day. At dawn, looked to the east. What that meant Tarsal didn't know, and then Gandalf got on his honourable horse, Shadowfax, which would be one word, and galloped away. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna see if, oh, I made him a half-elf. Oh my god. I made him a half-elf, I forgot. Oh, I had Tarsal pretty shocked that Aragorn was 87. I don't know if that's canon. I can't tell you. I can't remember. Tarsal tells everyone he taught Eowyn to fight, because obviously that's something that I would write now. No. Yeah, and we all are sad that Aragorn got hurt by some wag riders. This is very strange, guys. But I love that I found the Lord of the Rings font. I am writing this as only I knew how to write it. I mean, it's all awful. It's just, there's not really a story here. It's just my character being included in the fiction. But the fact that I look like I've really tried to research it, I'm actually kind of pleased for little Soph for doing this. Even if it's terrible, I'm trying to do all the correct spelling. I mean, I'm trying. Which is probably one of the first things I ever did. I mean, the thing is with fanfiction is it's so, I think it prepares you for research. You want to get things right. I think that's something I think is really important to consider with fanfiction. It's not just about creating stories and characters. It's like, no, I want this to fit into the world. I need to understand it. I need to breathe it. So, like, I remember watching things over and over and over again so I understood it. I read as many books as I could found, and I still do that now. If I'm writing a new project, doing a new project, and it's something I'm not really that familiar with, then I'll go and absorb all of it, you know, as much as I possibly can. And I think that's something really important to note, is fanfiction to make good, I mean, okay, good, bad fanfiction. Fanfiction in any of its forms is still productive. But if you as a fanfiction writer want to write something immersive that your characters are your readers are going to believe immediately without having to suspend belief, then you're going to have to be, you know, familiar with the material. And as a fan, you may be familiar, but as a writer, you may be unaware of, like, let's say Doctor Who fanfiction. You might not know about who lives on the planet Clon, but you might want to find out, and you have to do your research to make sure it's not been mentioned before, and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's really fun. I mean, I didn't do Doctor Who fanfiction when I was a kid, because I didn't watch Doctor Who until I was, God, how old was I? 19. By that point, I hadn't really written fanfiction for many years, and I think, you know, it's fair to say that doing stuff like this really prepared me for wanting to write. I still love writing. Even now, looking at this, it's really exciting. I kind of want to go away and read it all and fix it and make it fun, and, you know, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think people who have their access to go on about fan fiction just aren't fun. Let's see what else there is before we get into it. I think mostly now is just going to be art, actually. I've got this feeling. I mean, that's all we have. So, we have... These are Darren Shan characters, so I'll put that there for you. These are all the main characters from the first Darren Shan book. They're the 4 boys were friends. It's a repeat of the other one. My favourite character from the Darren Shan books. This is Lantern Crepsley. Again, I don't know when this was made, which is very sad. But you can really tell I was into anime as well when I started drawing these. By about 2001 I started watching anime, and that really inspired my drawing. These are interesting. This is quite ambitious for me at this time. So this is a Darren Shan one, again must be like 2002, 2003. I wouldn't attempt this now, but I did at some point, which is pretty cool. And again, this is a Marauders based one. So that's supposed to be. I'm gonna guess because I love the Marauders from Harry Potter deeply. We don't speak her name in this chat, but Peter Pettigrew, Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, and James Potter, I believe. And I'm trying a new perspective, and I'm not failing. I mean, it's not great, but they're walking. I can tell they're walking. I can tell they're moving through a frame. Well done, me. Here's one of my other favourite characters from the Darren Shan series. Her name was Ara Sales, so she's like a really strong female character who's a vampire in the Darren Shan saga. Again, if you're into reading those sort of books, I would highly recommend them. They do some really fun stuff with the vampire era. I don't remember it ending well, but it might be worth it just to learn about the characters. The characters are the best part. That's Ara Sales. Again, I mean, you can see this is so old. But I think this is also photocopied. These aren't the originals. I gave these to somebody. Oh, there we go. 2004, this one. And at the top it says, with your pale face and that awful suit, you look like something out of a horror film, Lantern Crepsley. So, again, it's Darren Shan related. There we go. And I think that's all that's in here. Nothing too much of merit, I don't think. Oh. Here, so this piece of paper is my wedding plans. And actually, it's almost correct. When Jamie and I got married 5 years ago, we got married. It was inspired by Up. I've actually written here, Up theme 1950s dress and suit. Carl and Ellie. Write our own vows. Wedding song is your song. I did write a hot air balloon on here. That would have been pretty cool. Didn't happen. Yeah, me. Very cool. And I think that's really it. Everything else in here are just old cards that I've collected. An old Waterstones card. And this is my face for uni. There we go. You can enjoy this one. It's so old now, it wouldn't even be. Look at that face. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Ah! But yeah, that's all there is left in here to show you, I'm afraid. But yeah, the long and short of it is, there's nothing wrong with fan fiction. The last thing I'm going to do before we go is I'm going to see how this story ends. But I'm going to put the rest in. I want to find out what Tarsal did at the end. I've got a feeling, because I know obviously Faramir marries Eowyn. I don't think I would have done that. I don't think I would have changed that. However, I don't remember. Let's have a look. Let's see. Let's see what I can find out about. I don't know who this Ada is I suddenly mentioned. Is she the girl that Tarsel's with? Don't think so. Who the hell's Ada? Sophie, tell me, who's Ada? Oh! Is Ada something in Elvish? Is it nice? Oh, apparently Tarsel's dad and Aragorn fought together at some point. Oh, Tarsel just becomes like a surrogate son to Aragorn. And then when... Oh, okay. And then Aragorn dies and Tarsel's sad. In a dream. Tarsel died. There we go. Tarsel died to save Aragorn. That is where we got to in this story. My Mary Sue died to save Aragorn, so the story would be complete. The funeral was not large, though many did show up. Tarsel had made a lot of friends, and Aragorn couldn't bring himself to mention him how much he truly wanted to. He spoke at the funeral about him, and so did Legolas. I don't understand what that meant, Sophie. Legolas, Gimli, and Eowyn, and then on the same day in the courtyard of Minas Tirith, he was crowned by Gandalf as Gondor's king. So, you know, the whole, you know, the lovely ending of the film and the books where Aragorn, yeah, earlier that day they had a funeral for a half-elf they were friends with. For apart from Tarsel's passing, this would have been the happiest day of his life. Oh, they named their son, one of their sons, after Tarsel, apparently. Tarsel's in the middle name. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? And then when he died, he saw... Hang on. Oh my god, so weird. So when Aragorn died, the reign of Aragorn, son of Arathorn, is now over. Your part of your tale is finally over. The new life in the land of the White Shores is about to begin. He opened them, I'm assuming his eyes, and he wasn't in his bed. He was standing barefoot in a ranger uniform. Okay. At the ripe age of 87 again, on a white sandy beach, the waves crashing in on his feet. He smiled as he saw in the horizon many friends of his ride forwards on their horses, including Faramir and Boromir, Gandalf the Grey. Author's note, not Gandalf the White. Éomer, who had died 20 years ago, Denethor, with a much more emotional being. Okay. Éowyn, her husband, Faramir's son. Faramir... yeah, well, it says here, Éowyn, her husband, Faramir's son. I think she means... I think I meant Éowyn, her husband, Faramir, Theoden, and his grandfather, King Theoden. Theodred too, and then, last not least, he rode forward on his ancient horse, Daggerlad, and jumped off it. So Tarsel was there too. "It's good to see you, my friend," he said. The emotion for the two friends was too much, and Aragorn could barely speak then. "Tarsel," said Aragorn, and the two friends hugged and everybody cheered. "Aragorn, we have much to show you," said Tarsel, and they showed Aragorn the horse he was to ride. "Brago," he said. "How?" "Brago died, and you can see anyone dead now," said Theodred. Then Tarsel got on his horse. "I have been dying to show you this place for years," he said, as Aragorn got up on Brago beside him. "You're already dead," said Aragorn, and Tarsel laughed. "I know. Oh, and Aragorn, thank you for naming your son after the name I would have called him." very odd. Tarsal is the name of the 6th king of Arnor and the name of the best friend I ever had. But death isn't all it's fussed up to be, sire. No, it isn't, said Aragorn. Then together the two rode off into the horizon, and others following into the light until nothing more then could be seen of the two best friends and the warriors of the ring. Well, that's officially one of the worst things I've ever written. I feel a bit better about myself now. A little bit. But it as an exercise, as I was saying earlier, it's refreshing because I must have really loved Lord of the Rings that much to do all that research and to even bother writing anything at all. So, yeah. It's very cool. Fanfiction's great. No matter how bad it is. Some of the best fanfictions I've ever read have just been awful. Like, they stick in your mind because they're stupid and fun. And I think fanfiction, you know, people have published good fanfiction. People still do. Master Thief is fanfiction. I got to write the master. Like, you know, it's mad, the world we live in. But as you can see from Tarsal, Axel, friend and ally, it meant that I learnt to research, I learnt to write, I learnt to do lots of things, and then I've been able to develop my craft ever since. I'm now 30. I'm almost 31. I was probably about 13 when I wrote this. And I'm okay with it. I think that's something that's okay to say. So, you know, it's fun and stupid. And, yeah. So I think I'm going to leave it there because we've seen everything there is to see in this box. I will be putting this on YouTube as well. But yeah, just remember that you can be this tiny and dream of being an author. I mean, I'm and whatever. I don't know what I'm colouring something in. I think there. But yeah, if you can be that tiny and be that like focused. I've drawn them. I haven't drawn. I'm colouring in there with my strawberry milk. You know, it's you do what you want to do. It's not anyone else. And that's that. Really. That's all I have to say on the matter. And I hope you all have a nice Sunday. I'm gonna go chill out before I play D&D later, which again is another form of fanfiction because you're creating stuff from a world. It's improv and fanfiction and all sorts of stuff all rolled into one. Like, don't let anyone tell you that anything you do is belittling if you're being creative with it. I'm sorry. That's how I roll. So go and enjoy your Sundays. Thank you so much for being here. Hang on, I'm gonna. Oh, thank you. For some reason, I didn't actually see the comments on here, so I am sorry about that. I will have fun with D&D. Thank you so much for coming and following. I do usually do some drawing. And hello, Adrienne. And yes, I am 30. But yeah, that's all I have time for today. If you missed some of this, it will be on my Twitch to rewatch, and I'll be putting it on YouTube as well to embarrass myself further. But in the meantime, have a lovely day. Speak to you all soon, and thank you so much for coming and chilling out with me and discussing fan fiction and looking at my old work. And I will speak to you all very, very soon. Bye!